Right, okay, so trying to be quiet because it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. So I've arrived at my room. I got here last night and it's pretty big in here. The corridors just seem to go on forever. But I eventually did find my room. I'm on the 28th floor and it's actually number 28103, which is good because it's on the big sign, so it's easier to remember, especially if I have too many drinks. So, without further ado, let's have a look and see what you think. Yes, it's a big room, as you can see. Now this one is, oh, put lights on. This one is just a standard double, and I booked it online via Expedia.com. So without further ado, let's have a look and see what you think. Right, so when I walked in, I couldn't believe how big the beds were. I've got 2 full double beds here. Sorry about the unmade one. I was so tired yesterday when I got in. I had to crash and have a sleep. So this is why I'm doing the video the day after. So in here, the thing that strikes me as great is obviously the beds. They are so comfy. I've had this before in Vegas. You've got a decent TV, a huge mirror on the wall, which is quite cool. You've got a built-in safe, which is standard in a lot of these hotels. Hangers, yep. So I'll show you my bathroom first. Okay, so this bathroom is huge. It's just a really decent bathroom, very clean. Toilet is very clean. Everything is just like immaculate, and it's got a lovely walk-in shower. So, as per what with me Tim says, how many people can you fit inside? I don't know, Tim. I think you do maybe 3. Something like that, maybe 4 at a push. It's quite a small unit. The shower head could have done with a clean, but never mind, they must have missed that. But yeah, very clean. Just a wonderful space to chill out. I'm still not knowing really what to do today because I woke up too early. I've been up since about 4:30. So I've been downstairs for some breakfast because that is one of the things that gets me about this room. Now, you've got a lot of storage, a lot of different drawers. That's seen better days. But I was looking for a minibar because last time when I went to MGM, it had a minibar. There isn't one. But not only that, there is no drink making facilities whatsoever. And that's the thing that upset me a little bit. You've got a drum to collect your ice in. You can have cold drinks, which is good, but no tea and coffee making facilities. And myself, I like a coffee on a morning, and it is a bit of a pain having to either order or go downstairs to get one. So let's have a look at the view now. So the view, when I got here, I was absolutely astonished by it. It's wonderful. I'm at the Luxor, if you'd not already known that, and this is the view out of my window. So I believe that that's Excalibur that you can see directly above. Sorry, across, should I say. We've got the MGM Grand in the forefront over there. See if I can zoom in. I don't know if you can see that, if it's clear. Unfortunately, the windows in here are a bit dirty, but I won't begrudge them cleaning it because I would imagine it's a hell of a lot of work. So you've got the Excalibur as well. We've got some kind of museum-y thing over there. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to try and find out later on. It's changed a lot since I was last here. I came here last time in 2013 and I had a wonderful time. I actually stayed at the MGM, which is just over there. and I know the area, I know the bit that I'm on, I know how to get to places, which is good. And one of the other things that's here, which is also really handy, is the fact that you've got the Ubers now. When I was here last time, you didn't have that. So it's a really good advantage that you've got that. So this is my room. Now, the only thing that I would like to say is, even though they haven't got tea and coffee for making facilities, there are plenty of places downstairs. I went downstairs this morning, be it may at a very early time, and got decent breakfast. It was okay. It did the job. It did what was needed. I got a Starbucks coffee, but it is quite expensive. So just a heads up, if you're going to get something locally in the shops downstairs, granted, a lot of them are open 24 hours, which is really handy if you're jet lagged or if you're coming in at a strange time in the morning. But there are lots of cost involved. So for instance, this morning I got a coffee on its own, a latte, and I believe it cost me about $11 just for that. It's a large one, granted, but that is, I would guess it's kind of London prices. So when you're coming to somewhere like this, think London cost. Think that's what you're going to expect. Now, there are a couple of hidden things that they don't tell you about. Well, they do, but it's not well advertised. So this is just to give you the heads up, okay? When you get to America, if it's your first time, they have a thing where they like to add tips or service charges to everything. So even if it's something where you've picked up a coffee in Starbucks, when you go to pay, there will be an option where it says select an option, and it'll be 10, 15, 20%, something like that. You select whatever one you want, or you select other option and enter an amount. I've not been that daring to do that just yet because I was just happy to get some caffeine. So I tipped, I think it was 15% I did on that coffee, but it made it go over $10. So the cost adds up and up and up. So that's one thing to be aware of. Now, the other thing to be aware of, and this is crucial that you know this, a lot of the Vegas hotels will charge you some kind of, it's a service fee or a reservation fee, I believe they call it. Now, that evens out at about $51 per night per room, so it can be quite a costly exercise. If you've booked via Expedia or one of your tour operators, they will probably tell you this, but it might not be made that clear. So I need to tell you now that this is what happens. When you come, when you have like 6 or 7 nights, that $51 per night adds up. And they also charge a fee, like a security deposit. Now, that is paid back to you within 30 days of leaving the reservation, but you need to make sure that you've got that spare cash to hand to make that payment, be it may credit card, or if you pay cash, even better. So last night when I checked in, I got in about tea time. I think it was about 5 o'clock I got here, and I was met with an excess fee that worked out, including the room charge, deposit and everything, worked out to be just short of £400, which I had to pay up front. So that's before you even get started on spending anything within the venue, within Vegas. So just make sure that you've got those funds to hand for that, because it is quite costly. I mean, when you budget to go away, if you go to, I don't know, Barcelona, or you go Amsterdam or somewhere like that, you have a good idea usually of what you're going to spend. You take that money. They might have a bit of a service charge when you check in, but it's not at the amounts that it seems to be here. It might be £30-40 for the entire holiday, break, weekend away, whatever you want to call it. So it isn't an uncommon thing. It's just when you've paid so much to get here, if you're not minted and have that spare money, it is quite a hit, and it does take an effect. And even yesterday when I checked in, I was still hearing people going, "You what? Eh? I didn't know about this." And you always see people getting caught off guard. So always make sure that you're prepared for that cost. And if you check in with a different hotel, double check what their rules are, what the deposit is, and what the service charge is for every evening, because otherwise you might find yourself, you know, out of pocket before you even begin enjoying the sights and seeing the shows and everything. So just bear that in mind anyway. So I'm going to have a bit of a wander. I'm going to get a shower because I need to make sure I'm ready for the day ahead. I'm going to try and check in with you along the course of this holiday, but I just wanted to show you the room and let you know what you think. With this room, the package that I got was a really reasonable price, and I thought that's great. And the only thing is though, these extra costs, they bump it up. So make sure you incorporate that when you're planning your holiday. The other thing, just before I go, the other thing that I forgot to mention is the lift in here is actually a really unique one, in that when you go to your floor, like I'm on the 28th floor here, you get in lifts at various parts of the building, and I think mine was the purple elevator for this one. And when you swipe your card and press the number to go up, it actually goes diagonally, which is very, very strange to experience. We're all used to the up and down lifts, but diagonally in a lift with no windows, you can't see where it's going, you can't see anything. It's just a very, very weird experience, and the sensation of going diagonally up is very unique. So if you do decide to try the Luxor, I can recommend it, but the only thing I would say is I just wish there was some kind of either fridge in the room or tea and coffee making facilities, because some of them do have it. I think when I went to MGM, be it me quite a long time ago now, I did have that function. So you had the ability to make your own drinks. You weren't having to either order it via an app to come to your room or go downstairs and collect a Starbucks or anything like that. And when you're 28 floors up, it is a bit of a trek when you're doing that, to get there, to wait in line and faff around. So that is the thing that kind of lets it down for me. But we'll see how the holiday proceeds. And as I said, I will check in. There'll be more videos. I'm going to upload all of these when I actually return home, for obvious reasons. But if you just want to keep having a look at these videos, please comment, please like, please subscribe. And the Travelling Extra, as always, on YouTube and TikTok. I may try and add other channels on other social media as we go on, but as I said, from Vegas, from the Luxor, and looking at planes arrive and depart over the skyline, I wish you a farewell for today. Today's Thursday, the 22nd of January 2026, and I'm signing off. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.